What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rides and Customs. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the USACC group build, where this year we're building the 1968 Revell Dodge Dart. And man, I tell you what, this kit has really, it's really been fun as far as being able to. I like to take different kits and try to pro street them, but I'm starting to. I want to start building some. I wouldn't say out of the box stock. Don't everybody fall down. Nobody, don't get shocked. I'm not stopping Pro Street, and I'm not going to stop buying 67 Chevelles. So y'all calm down. But one thing that I would like to do, I'd like to start. I've always had a fond love affair with old muscle cars from the 60s, the 70s. That's when muscle cars were really, really, really nice. I grew up in that time, in that era, and I owned a few original muscle cars. So, really did. I would like to start building some. I know, like I think the '63 split window Corvette. I'd like to build that as a stock. '69 Camaro, of course, I'd like to build that as a stock car. And in some of these Dodges, I know in the beginning of the this particular build. With the Dodge Dart, I really like the body lines of this particular car, and I'm gonna bring this in here right quick. Matter of fact, let me pull the frame off because we're going to talk about it here just in a minute. But the body lines of this particular car and other cars that I built, that I have done, as a pro street, are very similar to each other. I know the companies, as far as Dodge and Plymouth and Ford and Chevy and the whole 9 yards. They always tried to stay pretty competitive, and they tried to outdo each other. So, but the body lines that I'm seeing in this particular car is very similar to like the Chevy 2s, the Novas, the Chevelles, the Malibus. But as far as a Ford, a Ford car, you had the pony cars back then, as far as the Mustangs, but nothing that I can think of that this particular body resembles in the Ford Motor Company line. But just when I build when I build a different one, that kind of, even if I do pro street it, or if I pro tour it, or even if I just build it as like just a stock version, man, I tell you what, I'm really yearning to do one here pretty soon. So, but all right, back to the build. Our last episode, I kind of did a rundown on everything that we've done to this particular kit, and we're getting very close. The one thing that I talked about in the last video also was I was unhappy with this package tray right here, and reason being, when trying to get this contour with where it lines up at in the back window and right here, trying to get a true rounded area right there was going to be really hard. So, and also I had a little boo-boo with the resin 3D printed part right here. So I was able to correct that with some .10 styrene, and we took the original package tray and modified it some to where it fit, ran actually a piece of .10 and .20 right here, and then we put we were able to join those together, and we took some quarter round or half round, took a little strip of half round to kind of conceal that joint, which really turned out really well. So, but when we carpet over this and we do flocking, you're not going to see very much of that anyhow. So we have got the package tray. We got the door. Well, we're going to say the right part here in a minute. We got the floor pan to where it fits in here very nicely. Everything is covered up back in here. Seats are over here. We already got those sanded up. But what we did when we had the boo-boo where I made this particular piece here, you can tell the difference in the width. And what it did, it brought this it brought this package tray way out here, and it was actually high enough you could see it in the rear window or the side window. And I was just like, nah, I didn't like that. So that guess what? That piece right there, it's going over there in the scrap pile. We also I did my measurements and everything on the door cards. And these are the factory door cards for this particular front. We got those we got those we got those cut, and I actually cut them to the fit that piece I just throwed away. And the difference being was that now I had a piece of, and that's what these scraps are right here. You can tell these are the door cards that I just butchered up. So I decided, well, you know what? No harm, no foul. I had to take and push those out of the way. But I do like the door panels on this particular car. But I still needed a set of back seat door cards that when we get this in here, as you can see, I've got a void here now. Well, guess what? We talked earlier about the old 67 Chevelle, Pro Street Kit. Well, I tell you what, I've got one or two of them here around the house, and it's always a joke. These are the door cards for the 67 Chevelle. These are the front door cards, but I'm not using the passenger or the driver's side. The only thing that I was going to use are these right here, which I just took and put these in the miter box, and we separated, cut them off. We got rid of we'll set those over there for a future use sometime. But unbeknownst to my surprise, these are the perfect size. They're not the perfect shape though in here. So we got to do a little kit bashing. We're going to I like these have got like bead rolls in them, and that looks. I was talking earlier about, I want this car to kind of just be a pro street car that, somebody wanted to, say it was just one that he wanted to build out in his garage. So he utilized a lot. You got to use your creative imagination when we're building these cars. So, but taking this car, these these interior, they fit perfectly along that window line right there. So I'm going to, and what we did earlier off screen, we put the front door cards in to where they're going to stop at. We make a mark here. I make a lot of templates, and what I use is kind of some stiff cardboard material or card stock. This is actually a manila file folder that I've got a ton of them around here, and they're really thick. They hold their shape very well. So when I'm trying to make a template of something, and that is what I did. We took we took a piece of this card stock here, and I just cut a small amount out like that. Well, sometimes I'll use a pencil. Sometimes I like these. These are black Molotow black liners, and I use these sometimes for panel lines to show separations. But they mark really good. You can see that they're visible. And all I did was where I marked where the door card stopped at. We slid the floor out like that. I know where that line is going to stop at up here at the top. We just take and just trace that out. Got a nice little shape right there. Cut that out and throw that over there. And this is what I have come up with, was that I've got a template that fits very, very good right there. See how that looks? And what I've done so far this evening is I knew where the the starting line, stopping line is going to be at on the new door card. I put that down there. I traced that out, and I'm going to take my Dremel, and we'll cut it pretty fat down through there. Then we'll shape it up with the sanding sticks and a file, and we'll see how that fits. And then voila, we'll have a new door card that fits this back here. So now I'll be happy with that. I'll show y'all what happened, which I showed y'all in the last video, of how I was not very happy with how that was turning out, and I am glad that I moved it. And well, you know what, Pappy, just having a little difficulty here. All right, there's where my alignment points are at, right there. Let me get that positioned. It's not lining up good. There we go, right there. Sorry for the closeness there, guys. But there's got the opening where the windshield or where the back window will go into the package tray. You don't see a seam line down through there. I still ain't got this thing positioned. There's where it's supposed to be at. But when we turn it sideways, you don't see where the package tray was sticking out the last time. That package tray is tucked right behind the B-pillow like it's supposed to be. And once we get our door cards complete, get them trimmed out, get them fitting well, we will marry these two pieces together. We'll just take a strip of styrene and overlap that. Then we'll glue those two together, probably on final assembly like that. What I'll probably do, and it's a good probability of how I'll do this, is once we get the interior, of course this will be sprayed separately, this will be flocked, this will be sprayed separately and flocked. So I'll probably flock all the way up to the top of this package tray with flocking. And then our door cards, I'll do the door cards whatever seat color I'm going to use. And then these side panels that are, I mean, you can see the level of detail that's on them. I'll probably either paint these like an aluminum, or I might even cover them with bare metal foil aluminum, and then to where it can bring out the detail of that rolling. And we'll get those mounted. We'll glue these on to the door cards like that once we get finished with all that. And that way it'll look like sheet aluminum in there. And then we'll have carpeting. This will be, I don't know what color, I don't even know what color the interior is going to be yet. So, but we'll get all these painted up, and then we'll get them glued into place on final assembly. But tip of tip for this episode is get you some of these file folders, and whenever you're needing to make a template or something to fit, and then trimming it out and everything, get you some of that. Get some of this cardstock. Get you some of these good Molotow black liner pens. This is a very fine tip, as you can see. Comes in I think a 10-pack for like $40, but they're very well worth the money when you're using it. But that's where we're at on this episode, and we're going to get a little. We'll try to get these things cut out and get them fitted in tonight, and we'll show you what turns out on the next episode. Coming up down the line, we got to get the rear end set, everything. So I'll show y'all how I set the 4-link rear ends on that low and mean stance. We're probably going to build up a set of coilovers to fit this as well, and then we'll finish out this back end where there's a little bit of a void back toward the back bumper, kind of make this look a little bit more presentable. Anyhow, that's it, and as I always say, y'all know what to do with these fellers right here. Keep watching this channel right here for updates on this particular build. Go to my friend Matthew over at mcvproducts.net. Get you some of those great 3D products that he's got out on the market now, and get you some of the good ProTech goodies that he sells as well. And go over to the Scale Model Car Podcast. Give them guys a listen. Tell them Pappy sent you. And as I always say, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Pappy out of here.